All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Millionaire the Moon. In this video, we want to break down what's going on with Cardano, talk about what we see happening both short-term and long-term, and kind of hopefully distill in an easy to understand manner the most important takeaways if you want to understand what's going on with Cardano today. So folks, to help break down what's going on, we have Messin. What's up, man? Where should we start off here?
You think Elongate is a good investment?
Elongate, a good investment. 100%. I'm taking out loans. I'm selling my kidney. I'm over leveraging 100x leverage into Elongate. 100x guaranteed investment.
That is crazy. Okay, so it's good to keep in mind, I guess. But anyways, Cardano looks pretty good. The whole market right now, guys, is kind of it's in the limbo. We don't really know much of what's going on. I guess Bitcoin is making its move. Right now we're checking to see whether that movement is going to affect Cardano. We already see yesterday we had a bit of a retracement. The whole market was actually going down, but right now this morning, closer to noon here, we're seeing that Bitcoin is sitting in the 55,841. So it is still in a critical spot. The next 2 days are pretty critical and important for how Bitcoin affects the whole market here. But nonetheless, we know here Cardano broke out of this $1.50 region. We've been talking about it for a while here, ever since Cardano here was since literally beginning of March, midway through March, we've been talking about Cardano breaking out above the $1.50, and it looks like it is right now. So we broke out because with everything that's going on with Bitcoin's kind of retracing a bit yesterday. Surprisingly, with Cardano, the $1.50 region actually held, which is pretty important because
Cardano's holding up pretty well.
Oh yeah, a lot of these other altcoins, whatever breakouts they had, actually just got annihilated and went back down like it was nothing to these previous ranges, except for Cardano, man. Cardano just came back to retest and just having a good day so far. We're up looking at this here, we're up almost 6% on the day. We actually pushed all the way up here to the $1.79, so looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, and folks, we really need to understand what's going on with Cardano. This is actually a very, very bullish picture. We're forming this very macro ascending triangle, and we can clearly draw this a few different ways. But whatever way you draw this, we're clearly forming a resistance zone here and a base of support represented by these trend lines moving upwards. And we broke out bullishly, fell back down to retest the breakout point, and held it as support. Now we're getting rejected off one of our FID levels. I drew a Fibonacci extension from all-time lows to all-time highs, and that should give us some price targets that we could move to, or at least gives us confirmation of potential price targets. So something we could do here is we take the height of our ascending triangle, move it to the breakout point. That could bring us to do $2.10, and we have a Fibonacci level right there serving as confluence of reason. So if Cardano here can get above $1.85, I think we're going to $2.10. And kind of the more optimistic scenario is the height of this, the most macro ascending triangle, move that to the breakout point, and that could take us anywhere from $2.40 to about $2.45, in my opinion. So Cardano is looking very, very interesting here.
It is looking very interesting, guys, and that's what we're saying here. Overall, the way we look at these things, you'll see this pattern all across the crypto market, uptrending into some sort of, we go crazy here if we just measure from, let's just say this, like end of the year, 28th of December 2020, and we push all the way up to here. We're seeing what, almost 856%. But let's just look at this here. 698%. So once we get once we just break above a major resistances here, the 41 cent was a pretty major resistance that we tried to push against here ever since the beginning of the year. January, it took us a month to actually break above. And this is what Cardano likes to do initially. We pump above, we go sideways for a bit, and then try to break above and then move upwards. Again, same thing, push upwards, make some sort of an ascending triangle and break above. And that's what we had recently. Pushed really high up. This is a major uptrend, pushed and tried to, stayed here since February. And we actually broke out on, first week of May here. So what it looks like is going to happen, just like we had before. It goes above, comes down to retest, and then pushes back up. And that's what we're seeing here. Bitcoin is definitely lagging the whole market. If Bitcoin decides to move down, the whole market has to comply. And regardless of whatever the coin is, we go above, come back to retest, and now we're pushing back upwards based on what Brendan just mentioned. The base of these two triangles will actually help us find out that, and it correlates fully with the 1 and the 0.786 Fibonacci level. But so it looks pretty good, man. There's not a lot going on at the moment. I don't know if you agree or not, but the next couple of days for Bitcoin are pretty critical, and it will definitely tell us soon here what's going to happen in the market. So we just need to be patient for a bit.
Yeah, so Bitcoin's in a very critical place, and that's going to affect heavily the altcoins. But if we could just kind of zoom into this price action for a second here, kind of remove some of this junk here. I kind of wanted to show you guys the power of these ascending triangles and what they could do. So we are forming this long consolidation period, ascending triangle, and then what happened after we broke up bullishly, right? And so massive consolidation phase, massive ascending triangle, and we just now finally broke up bullishly. So for these price targets, for these bullish price targets to be to remain realistic, we need to remain above the breakup point, and we cannot make a new lower low. If this thing makes a new lower low, starts to break below $1.50, then I would say that Cardano is no longer short-term bullish. But if we can remain $1.50 and not make a new lower low below these wicks, then I think Cardano is fine. And we have your chart here in case you want to refer to that. But also just to briefly mention the precarious nature of Bitcoin. So ascending triangle, we're seemingly breaking down. You have the 50 SMA above us acting as a resistance. So if Bitcoin decides to start to rip down, that's going to negatively affect the altcoins. Whenever Bitcoin moves quickly, it typically negatively affects the altcoins. So I don't know if you have anything to add there.
No, if we maybe just go back to the Bitcoin chart here, we got, you're right. This is what happened yesterday. So looks like, we've been stuck around this range. If you watch our videos here, the 50, the reason we always talk about the 50 daily moving average is because it dictated the shift in the market back in 2017. So we're not going to show that right now. You can check it out and zoom back to the 2017 area. But right now, it looks like Bitcoin is trying to maintain that and go above it. And for a while here, since April 30th, we've been trying to close above it. You'll see it as soon as we jump below it, there's a long wick, and we actually try to close. Buyers rejected any price movement to the bottom, and we actually pushed all the way exactly at it. Hovered against it for a couple of days, and as soon as we dropped, a lot of panic in the market. You saw what happened. Again, push back up. We're really hovering against it for a while. And a couple of days ago, we tried to push even further than that, and that didn't work. Yesterday, we came back to test that support, and today we're here. So next couple of days, if not today, is extremely critical for Bitcoin. Very critical for Bitcoin, guys. And I think at this moment, we really need to practice patience in the market until this movement clears out. I'm still, there's more bullishness in me than bearishness. But even if Bitcoin comes back down to retest this level, I just want this level to hold. I don't want to see Bitcoin below 53,246. So basically, the closing price of these triangles over here. So that's what I think here.
Yeah. So look, folks, ultimately, I think Bitcoin could fall down all the way to 41, 42, 43K and still be fine. It would suck while it's happening, but it would be fine because that would be, like a 35-ish% correction from all-time highs. And yeah, like literally 35, 36% correction, depending how far down we fall, which is completely normal in bull markets. Back in the last bull market, 2017, 30 some odd percent corrections happened all the time. So it's nothing to be freaked out about. It's to be expected. Now, something else that we can look at if we're trying to gauge in time, what could happen with Cardano next? Will we break down? Will we break up? Well, Cardano Bitcoin pairing, we were forming this wedge. We broke out bullishly. We're finding resistance here at all-time highs. So if we can break above this level here, if we can make a new all-time high here with the ADA Bitcoin pairing, that's our cue that ADA could probably see bullish continuation. If we find rejection here and we start to move down on our ADA Bitcoin pairing, then that's our cue that perhaps Cardano is not ready to break out quite yet. We'll probably have a bit of consolidation, maybe even a pullback. So this is going to be a very, very important chart for kind of timing what the next major move is, because we're right up against resistance. So soon we're going to decide whether we break out or if we pull back. So it's a very precarious chart, but it will be very telling for the next direction for Cardano. So that's something to keep on your radar. Always take a look at the pairings with Bitcoin here. Now, maybe just kind of share some final thoughts here. Bitcoin leads the market. Bitcoin rips up, then cools off. Then Ethereum rips off, then rips up, and then cools off. And then kind of the mid caps, and then the small caps. And that's how it goes. We've seen Bitcoin rip up and cool off. We've seen Ethereum rip up and maybe starting to cool off. And I think then we're going to see kind of the mid caps, some of the higher caps and some of the mid caps, and then the low caps rip up. But just understand crypto always moves in cycles. And something that we've been saying on the channel here is Bitcoin dominance, which is a very good gauge of the state of the altcoin market, has been falling. If it starts to rise, that's our cue that the market is moving from altcoins to Bitcoin. And I think it's inevitable. I don't think Bitcoin's going to remain suppressed forever. I think eventually Bitcoin's going to rip up. That's going to place the temporary dampers on the altcoins. Keyword is temporary there.
There we go. A lot of keywords here, guys. A lot of wisdom for, all the great leader, Brendan. So yeah, guys, look, if you find some value in these videos we put out here, do us a favor and press the like button. Also, we've been going live stream here almost every day, and we're just taking requests and looking at charts and helping people understand the charts overall, share our thoughts and wisdom. And yeah, if you'd like to be a part of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you made it all the way here. Also, make sure you like the video, share it for whatever you think can actually gain from it. Also, it would help us out with more reach, and other people can actually benefit from the same value you are receiving as well. So thank you for watching. Check out the links in the description below. Try to support us on Patreon if you'd like to do so. It will give you access to our VIP Discord, where we present all this information a lot quicker than YouTube every morning. Thank you for watching and have a great day. You got anything else?
I would say stay tuned for our live stream from anywhere from around 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.